Hi, I'm Shaul. Today's video will discuss documentary photography. Now, you could argue that any photograph in its very basic nature is documentary because it's a depiction of a certain place at a certain moment in time. And given that we do not mess with the contents of the photograph too much, it will provide us with a faithful visual representation of what everything in the scene looked like at that moment. A viewer of this channel, Dr. Marcus, I already introduced him in our previous video, sent me a few sample photos he took with the Nikon 35mm f1.4G. Those photos were taken at a winter festival to celebrate the new year, I suppose. They depict the preparations to the festival. What is striking is the environment. Those photographs were taken outside in the middle of a snowstorm. The whole environment is quite wintry, and it clashes with the process of preparation, with the colorful clothing and items, which make those photographs quite intriguing. Dr. Marcus wanted to showcase the results made with this lens in a more technical sense. But I would like to take this opportunity to discuss documentary photography, which is a branch of photography that somehow got an unfortunate name, because as I explained before, most photographs we see are documentary. This is what the mechanical nature of a camera. Nevertheless, the specific branch of photography named documentary photography refers to something more than this. The purpose of those photographs, of this form of photography, is not merely to represent reality in a faithful manner, in a visual manner. The visuals are only half the story. That branch of photography intends to depict something more than the visuals, an experience. It is supposed to communicate the whole gestalt of the scene. Gestalt is a German word that describes a concept in psychology that literally means the unified whole, rather than looking at reality as a collection of parts. And documentary photography is all about gestalt. Through the visual representation, we can sense more. We can appreciate qualities such as temperature, such as temperament, energy, time, sometimes the tactile nature of objects, of surfaces. sometimes smells or sounds. It's a whole lot more than our brains are very good at filling in blanks when we only see a small part of the gestalt. We can still imagine the whole experience. Take this photograph for an example. It's a very simple one. A dog lying down on a settee. There's not much in it. But to me, that photograph means home. This is what I associate with this simple scene. I can sense the warmth, the safety, the freedom to do what I like. To communicate a whole experience through a photograph, we must rely on the relatability of what we are trying to say to the experience of the viewer. A common cultural background is sometimes important. The more universal the experience, the more relatable it will be to various audiences. Some iconic photographs that manage to shape the public opinion, to make a real change in the world. Described rather universal issues that can be understood no matter where you live, no matter your education or your background. Those issues are universal. They are very humanistic. Photographs that depict human emotion usually have a great impact on the viewers, on different groups of viewers. Scenes that are more specific, that are perhaps harder to relate to, are often less successful in evoking a sense of experience, of conferring the gestalt of that situation, of that scene. That would depend on what the French philosopher Roland Barthes called punctum. Barthes made a distinction between two ways in which we experience a photograph, studium and punctum, where studium is a more intellectual experience, where we examine a photograph primarily at the information level, while punctum is an emotional experience where we relate to the photograph in a deeper, more direct manner. The purpose of a documentary photograph is to create a punctum, to evoke emotion, to share an experience. The visuals are only cues to hint at something that is more encompassing, an entire experience where the viewer can feel what it was like being there, where and when the photograph was taken. There are no strict rules in documentary photography. However, there are some conventions, etiquette, if you will, to achieve this deeper connection with a viewer. I think that good documentary photographs are integrated, are unified. There is a clear connection between the subject and the environment. An extreme subject isolation through the effect of depth of field goes against this unification. Emphasizing small details also goes against it. The whole point in those photographs is not the tiny details. It's not the accurate representation of a scene. As I said before, our brains are very good at filling in blanks, even when you cannot exactly see the tiny details. You are able to imagine. So using lenses with low contrast, especially at the high frequency levels, supports unification, as we could see in those photographs made by Dr. Marcus. Some technical flaws such as grain and motion blur support the gestalt. Those are old conventions created by the limitations of photographic tools. Maybe the most important quality of documentary photography is not to concentrate too much on beauty, not to draw attention to the visuals in a way that draws the attention of the viewer from the experience, the gestalt. Sometimes a photograph that is too aesthetic, too beautiful, might distract the viewer from appreciating the entirety of the scene. There is a sense of humility in documentary photography, or what I like to call dirty photography. It's not about the accuracy of depiction. It's not about the harmony of detail. It's not about the individual parts of the entirety. It's about the unity of the scene. It's about the overall effect, emotional, atmospheric effect on the viewer that matters here. Let me show you some images I took over the last year that I feel have more to them than only the visuals. If you like the contents of this channel and you wish to support it, please consider buying me a coffee. There is a link in the description below. It's a nice gesture between gentlemen. So, thank you for watching and see you again soon. And now for the photos.